YouTube, what's going on? It's so good to be back. I'm sorry for the glare in this video. We're just gonna roll with it and, go with wherever I'm at and whatever's happening with the sun. As you can see, y'all already know, we are at the 7-Eleven and, trying to keep it real. Unfortunately, the car wash is closed, it seems. They've been working on that for a few days, so I couldn't get in there today, but a little bit cooler today. I ended up breaking the jacket out this morning for a whopping, I think we were looking at a whopping high of 78 today. No, 75. Yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah, not too shabby. I mean, pretty good weather for the next few days. It's looking like. We had a little bit of rain yesterday, and that was a nice surprise. So I just wanted to reach out to y'all. I just actually finished up listening to a classic, in my opinion. If y'all haven't heard one of Zed's earliest albums, Spectrum, featuring Matthew Koma, that is a absolute banger. Vocals on that track are so good, and I was just watching some drumming that he was doing, and it kind of brought me back, because I know, coming from some of us who have musical minds, and we are lifelong musicians or musicians of past. Oh, we got the Pepsi guy pulling in. Shout out to them, PepsiCo. Okay, cool. Yeah, those of us who are musicians of past, producing, DJs and all that stuff. It's pretty cool stuff that you get into, and you really go down a rabbit hole. Makes me feel old, because it's, 11 years goes by like that, and then before you know it, it's 20, 30, 40 years. It's insane. But it got me thinking. I really know that times are tough for a lot of people now, and it's our responsibility to set ourselves up for the future. I don't really think that we can really expect anybody else to come through for us. We kind of got to come through for ourselves in some way, shape or form. So, man, my stomach is growling right now. I had a light breakfast. I had like a yogurt, and I barely even finished my coffee, to be honest with you. So that's about where we're at with it. Yeah, so it's come to my understanding that, in deep thought here, thinking about this more and more, that we really need to figure out ways to, combat the way the world is now. There's all this negativity being thrown at us, and there's all these, downsides. But I understand the world is going to, really rise against you in, wanting to see you fail, and, keeping you in this system of, I call it the hamster wheel, because it's just one thing after another. And it doesn't stop. I'll be honest with you. So we just need to find our way through that. We need to find ways to really lock in. And I think locking in is the key. We can't focus, we can't focus on the negativity. That's why people often see me as somebody who, I'll be honest with you, I'm not like the most aware of what's going on around me at every single second, because I have the horse blinders on. I'm locked into my mission. So that's really where I want to see all you. That's really where I want you all to be as well, is locked into your mission. What's that going to take for you? What's it going to look like in your life? But it's going to be great. It's going to be a great experience, and I'm looking forward to ultimately seeing what you all create in your lives. And just remember, you can put on a face for people. You can let people see different versions of you. But the one thing people will never figure out about you is what you have going on in the background. And, make sure you don't tell people, your business when it comes to, the things you're really working towards. Try to keep it to yourself if you can, protect yourself. I'm somebody who's had to do that because of, lack of trust and all this. But, yeah, I'm in the process of looking for like some therapy because I think it would be great. I think it's great to talk to people, and it's great to reach out and just focus on the people who do get you. And I've had to cut out a lot of people in life because they don't understand, they don't get me for me. They don't appreciate me. And, I've been hurt in the past and stuff, and just had some loss, some deaths of family and friends, and it tears you up. So, but now I am very optimistic of what's to come in the future. For as bleak and low as things have been looking as of late, I am remaining positive because I choose to. And I'm not going to be super negative. But I know that there's some things I have to take care of, and, we'll push through. I hope you all are doing well. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being on this channel. Like, comment, subscribe. You guys are the fuel that keeps me going at the end of the day. You guys are an inspiration, and you guys are the fuel to my fire. We all have that fire deep inside of us, and seeing you all do your thing and become the people you're meant to be, that makes me incredibly happy. So, because I know that if it were me, it would make me happy to do that myself in my own life. That's what I'm trying to do. It's interesting. Okay, I'm looking at, there's a fly in here that he must have got in from outside, and I was doing some thinking here, and I was looking at that while I was talking to y'all, and I was like, thinking about people who are flies on the wall, who just really want to see you meet your downfall. And there's always going to be those people, but it's our responsibility to meet these milestones of where we want to see ourselves. Like, if you're going to be at the job for the next 8-10 hours, make sure that everything before and after that is, you're continuing to push, you're continuing to keep the ship afloat, maintain certain items, don't fully unplug. But I do know as well, just do what you got to do. I do know as well that God is going to bless you in your season, this time of life for you. And he's got some great things that are going to happen in your life. So, yeah. God loves you guys. And he wants to see you do great and see you flourish. And he wants to fulfill the plans in your lives. So, yeah, guys, I actually ended up bringing my tablet today. I was going to do a reaction video to a bunch of videos that people post about the economy. I was just going to find a few, but see, I got the tablet today, just my Amazon tablet, whatever this cheap thing is, but it works. Let me see. Yeah, but the issue I was having this morning is I actually haven't used it in so long that I was having issues charging it, and charging it in the car is, unless it's completely off, is not the best way to do it. So we'll figure it out. It's not even turning on anymore. Oh, it is what it is, but we'll figure it out. Yep, there it goes. I had turned it on previously. It was charging. I had shut it off. It remained charging, and it was charging even faster when I shut it off. Now it's just, asking me to turn it back on, which I'm doing now, and then hopefully when I turn it back off again, it'll continue charging. This is just until I get indoors where I can actually charge it at the job or wherever. Of course, I'm not going to be using it later on. Okay, 15%. Let's see here. Maybe I can actually do something on here while I'm with you guys. Let's just see if I can connect. Okay, settings, Wi-Fi. I got to use my hotspot. But yeah, I hope y'all are doing well. And just remember that, we're going to face some trials in this life. I'll cancel that. I don't want to connect to the vehicle. Internet. Wi-Fi hotspot. Let's see. Let's turn that on and see what happens here. Okay, I don't want hotspot on this one, but Wi-Fi. I don't know how to do this. I'll have to set it up for the future and future use. But yeah, I don't think my phone Wi-Fi is on. So, the hotspot. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna work on this later on and just figure out what's going on with it. But I want to be able to get on here and just like play videos and react to them, because that's what people want to see these days. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. It's going to be easier to do it, obviously, at home over a Wi-Fi network. But nonetheless, I'm going to continue to push these videos, and I'm going to try some different stuff. So I've not had a lot of luck with 7-Eleven this week. It's been tough because we've been having some issues with the gas station, or the gas station. I'm at the gas station. The car wash being shut down, and then we had some issues with our apps, not working for some reason. Being the VIP member that we are. But yeah, everything's going well. Me and the wife are doing good, and things are great. I see it's 67 right now, so again, it's probably going to be around 75 today. It might creep up a little bit more than that, but I'm really looking forward to today's weather. But all right, y'all, I gotta do some work, but I just wanted to check in with you guys and just give you a quick vlog update. But I guess the key thing that I wanted to tell you in this video, since I'm not doing the reaction video today, is make sure that in the midst of everything, you're trying to have a positive outlook, and you're remaining positive, and you're moving forward with each step. You're getting things done with each day that goes by. Make a list for yourself and complete the things on that list. That is ultimately going to help you achieve greatness. For me, it's the little things these days. It's the littlest things that make me happy. I don't need the big stuff anymore. But as far as life changes go, I'm a really big component and fan of people having drastic positive life changes that really shift their trajectory and where they want to go with their lives. So, all right, I will see you all in the next video, and remember to stay positive. Just checking in here, keeping it cool. Yeah, watch out for those flies on the wall. You know, they're out there, they're listening. They're jealous of you, and you know, the people that are listening, and there are people out there that don't want harm to your name. So be careful and just remain positive, you know, keep things going on. Got some people coming into the parking lot here, so I'm gonna roll, but I love you guys so much, and I wish you a great day. Hang in there. Take it easy. Bye.